Hello, what's up? My name's Seb and welcome to Jump Inside Unleashed, where we tell you about 6 different things that you'll experience when you start playing a video game. Now, my name's Seb and welcome to this game right here. This is Planet Coaster. Let's get started. So, welcome to Planet Coaster, and in case you haven't played this game before, you're not quite sure what this is a theme park game. So, and it's very simple. You probably already know what this is, but just in case, I'm going to show you a few things about what you'll experience when you first start playing this game. So, let's begin with paths, and I'll just show you some things that you can do with paths. So, with paths, which I love about this particular game, is you've got different types of paths. So, you've got this lovely curvy path that you can pretty much go around and you can pretty much build your own lovely design. The curve is lovely on here. You get to curve it however you want. You can extend the length of this curve, so you get to kind of like you could do a full-on like wraparound system. You can also make the path bigger as well. There's no limit to how big this path can get. Well, as far as 10 meters, then yeah. So you can make quite interesting looking paths, and you can always bring things back around. You can interlink them back, which is really cool because I absolutely love that style. But you also get another style, and this is a select grid style. See, anywhere along this path you can create a grid. You can select that bit and turn that into a grid, and you can extend this grid by going left, right, forwards, back, and center, which brings this old style of theme park games back, where you get to have square paths instead of circle paths. So you get to build your own park having square paths like this, which are very angled and very on point and correct. Or you get to obviously have, as I mentioned before, you get to deselect the grid and you can use these curvy paths again. So that's completely up to you. You can also, I think you can move your mouse upwards and you can actually build some more up stair paths, which looks like this. So, by the way, this one's more of a ramp because it's not that high. But if I was to build a direct path going down like that, it would automatically fill me where that path is meant to go. So, for example, you would have to go down the stairs because this is so steep. But that one I built quite lengthy and long, so you're going to have to go on a ramp. Sometimes it might turn the stairs into a ramp just before it hits back down to the ground. So it does all the designing and the path work for you, which is really nice. Now, one thing that's very interesting, and what I'll do is I will make the width this slightly shorter for this, what I'm about to do. You can't build a path, not physically, you can't build a path underground in this particular game, unlike other certain theme park games like Architect. But what you can do is you can raise the terrain. And I'll just show you what I mean by this. So this terrain tool right here, you can connect this up. So we can do like a connection-y smooth. I think we can make it a line so we can flatten the surface, which is kind of what you want here. So you can connect these up. And now that should allow that path to be underground. So if we go around here and we look into that path, now that path is a complete underground path. That's how you do underground. You build the surface area above it, which is kind of cool. And you can have this whole park that we've built so far. You could have this all underground. You could hide all the mess that we've made. And obviously those stairs obviously come out underground because that's a particular place in the game. And when you build it around here, obviously you see certain objects will get affected by this flattening. And yeah, that's part of the beginning stages of what you'll need to understand, like how the paths work. And the paths have loads of options on this game. This is why I love this game, and that is just, it's just the amount of creativity you get to use in this game. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much the first part done. That is paths. Let's move on to the next sector of this video. So the next bit is ride options, and we've got a lot of ride options right here, and they are quite nicely divided into, well, if we open this up a bit more, into these certain categories. So these are rides right here that you can choose from. You can have them split into 2 sections. So you got the gentle rides right here, which are nice and smooth. As you can see, you place them down the world. You get to place them wherever you want, all that kind of stuff. And if you want to choose more thriller rides, you can choose these ones up here, or any of these rides, which are really nice. You've also got on the next sector track rides, and track rides are also very simple. They're divided into 4 categories. One of the categories, which is interactive rides, I don't own any of these, so we're not going to talk about these ones, but I'll talk about the other 3. So you've got transportation rides. Transportation rides will transport people around the park. Now, this one, which is interesting because you get to have multiple stations. So this is a station here. You can build another station over there, and you can transport this to that station. Very simple and very obvious. You've also got these ones right here. These are solo rides, which are more like... they're called pad rides, but basically you put one family in here or something, or you put some guests inside here, and then that'll go, and then another thing will come along, and then you get to put another family in, and then all that kind of stuff. So they ride individually. So, like, for example, you get to have 10 different guests riding 10 different race cars, or you get to have 20 cars along here lined up in a row, and every time one's filled up, that one will move, and the next one will come across. And then it will leap back round to here at the beginning. So, and then the next one is water rides. Water rides are fun. Basically, they are what they say on the tin. They're rides and they're track, but they're based on water, so you get to really do what you want with that. Moving on after that, so once we've got all that sorted out, we'll next go to coasters. And coasters are beautiful coasters. We got 3 different types of coasters, and there are lots of coasters in this game because this is Planet Coaster. There's more coasters in this game than there are rides, so you've got quite a bit of options here. We've got your steel coasters. I feel like these ones are the ones that you can go up and down and all that kind of jazz. These are your life of the park. These are your very thrilled coasters right here. You might recognize some of these styles of roller coasters because, you know, I think these ones are made to go topsy-turvy, upside down. You've also got your hybrid coasters. Now, these ones not so much to go upside down because you've got these seats like here. They're not made to go upside down. They're made to made to go round in circles, go fast, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, you're not really doing that much. And then you've got your wooden coasters, and these wooden coasters are lovely. Look how well they're built. Again, these aren't made to go upside down, but you might recognize some of these from other theme park experiences that you may have been on if you've ever been to a theme park. So yeah, you've got these very nice chill coasters. So these ones, your nice ones, and then you've got these ones which are your more thrill rides, your upside downy, twisty turvy rides. But this game's also got this thing, which I absolutely love. People won't go on your ride if it's too fast. Example, like if the ride goes too fast, or it's too spinny, or it goes upside down too much. If there's any issues with your ride that make the customer ill or something, then they won't want to ride on it, or, you know, it might be too fast for them. So you've got to build your ride just right, which is very hard to do. But we'll get into that a bit later on. So there you go. Those are the 3 ride types. Let's move on. Next, we've got these lovely little food stands. Now, with the food stands, and because this is on Steam, you can connect this to the marketplace, and you can get blueprints. You can even download your own blueprints. But basically, you've got these lovely little stalls right here, and I will just show you them. So you get to have these ones here. This is like 2 shop stands. You get to connect them up. People will go to these shops, and they will buy their food. Or you can do this very interesting thing. You can select what food stand you want. You can then go to that food stand. Oh, look at that. You get these kind of little... That I might start using. You get these little food stands right here. And the best part about them is, because they're grid-based, you can go to your buildings. And on your building section, I do just want to show you, you can go to your walls. And if you haven't done this before, then you can just build around your... created character here, and you can build their own little place where they serve their food. And I mean, basically, just go right there. and that's his food stand. And you could make it quite interesting like that, and you could build your own little building around here. And then you can design that building. This game is about designing, not just theme park building. So, you know, you get to make this as awesome as you like. You could have a whole food court area section, and yeah, it would look pretty cool. So, you know, the creation in this is really cool. I love this whole creation. There are also a few more things that you can do inside here that you say you've got this this is where you would enter the park from, as it's like over there, and you get to have multiple of these, so you get to kind of like design your own entranceway into this park. But apart from that, you've also got these ATMs here. This is so customers can get money out of the thing. I'm gonna deselect the grid, and then I'm just gonna build them wherever I want. So you just build, select that. There you go, perfect. So you've got these things over here. You've also got, I think it's the information. So these ones are very nice to use when you build like an entranceway, because what these are, if I just go into them, these are how your customers will get fast track tickets. So if you want to select ticket priority passes, you get to select the priority pass of your tickets over here. So these are your ticket stands. This is how much your ticket price costs. These are your priority pass tickets. And because those priority pass tickets, if you build a ride, and we'll just build them right now, just for example, so build that one there, you get to build an entranceway over here, and you get to build an exit wherever you like. When the customer comes in, so we'll just build a quick little path over here. So when the customer comes in, what we'll do is we've got the entranceway over here, and then we'll connect this to a path. So we'll build like a little path over here. Lovely little path. I'm just going to build it around here for purposes. And I'm going to build it right there. And you get to build this path however long you want. So if you wanted to, so if it was a big ride and you were having a big queue, you could make the path longer. So you could just like go into the path. You could make the path a bit longer. It's however you wish. But the main portion of this is you also get to use priority passes. So build a priority pass entrance over here, and build a priority pass exit over here. And you get to build a little in-way. So if the queue was really long, and the customer paid an extra $10 to get a priority pass, they get to go inside here, and if the queue's really long, just walk straight through there, skip part of the queue, and then go through there. And that's what you get at theme parks, which is really cool. So when we open up this ride, so if we open up the ride right now, and the yellow one is for testing, and you won't, by the way, you won't need to use testing except when you're using it on like rides, for example, roller coaster rides, because roller coasters crash and you have to test them before you make the ride. So the roller coasters, you could have the perfect roller coaster look, but if it crashes, then people won't go on the ride, or you won't be able to actually open the ride up. So it's got to pass like 3 checks. It's got to work, and then the next part is it's got to not crash, and the third part is it's got to be easy to ride for the customer, so the customer doesn't feel ill when they're riding, and they actually like it and it doesn't go too fast. So yeah, so that's basically it. These are the first customers. We got the customers on the ride, and I think my favorite part of this whole game, if I click on this customer right here, I get to actually click on the camera mode and view the park, how he's seeing it. How cool is this? This is what all theme park games need to have, because you get to actually ride this ride on a camera, or you get to select this person here and just experience how they're experiencing the game. Now I feel like I'm on the ride because I feel like I'm this person. This is really cool. I'm now this person. How cool is that? When the ride goes, you'll experience it how he's experiencing it, which is super cool. I love that. So there you go, right there. So I like that. I love how you can just go inside someone's head cam and you can just like experience the ride, how they're experiencing it. Next, we'll take a look at career mode, and career mode's right here. You click on career mode, and what you do on here, you select what park you want. So we'll just start off with a beginning park, and we will collect start new scenario. So basically scenarios, you get a park and you have to complete certain things and elements that they tell you to do around the park. What I really like about this is it just gives you some pre-made parks that you get to kind of like see and view how you're going to do and build things. and it's really cool. There's not really, like, we see objectives over here. So it says attract 800 guests. It's going to be very easy to do. Build 2 rides. There's only 1 ride on this whole thing, so we need to build another ride. Attract 900 guests. Build 4 rides. And then the hard is to attract 1,100 guests and have a balance of above around 15,000. And with this scenario mode, you get some money stuff right here. So you are playing with money. You have to be very, very careful. But it's going to be very easy to deal with this. We're going to build... What I'm going to do is I'm going to build a thrill ride. I'm not quite sure which one I want to build. Maybe I'll build a gentle ride. I don't know. I'm going to build a thrill ride. And I'm going to build one right here. I'm going to place an entrance down here. And I'm going to build an exit around here. It's going to be very simple. Just going to build this ride like this. It's going to build around to the entranceway. We've done one of the objectives. Now all we need to do is wait for those guests to come. And then what we've done right here is we've now got the first bronze, Pirate Bay, highest seats, guests, park cash, 6,000, and the date, I think, so beautiful. There you go, right there. Park's earning. It's doing pretty well. So there you go, right there. That's generally how you do this particular mode. And of course, the next section is to get 900 guests, which shouldn't be too hard at all, because it seems like that's what's happening already. So, yeah. Okay, so one thing I just want to use while I'm on this particular section right over here is I just want to talk about the marketing section of the game. If you're trying to play with money and you're trying to get more people in your park, you can use certain marketing things. So right now, I'm currently struggling to get to that 1,100 mark. So what I will do is I'll start a marketing campaign, and I can choose different things inside here. These cost 1,000 each. Some of these cost 5,000. Some of these cost 1,000. So what we'll do, we'll put on. We want to see what this kind of park gets. So we want to attract medium. We'll attract that one there. We'll also attract families, but fewer teenagers. We want to more few families. We want to attract more teens, but fewer adults. We'll attract that one there. And we'll also do another marketing campaign. Or is that it? Are we allowed to only do 2 at the same time? Can we do another one? No, that's pretty much it. So there you go, right there. And hopefully that should bring in more people into the park. Which that's what it will increase. So if you are struggling to get people into your park or completing any of these challenges on scenario mode, or you're just trying to get more guests anyway altogether, you can just do those marketing campaigns and they should hopefully increase. We'll just watch this until it actually gets to 1,100, just so I can say that's how I'm doing this. So yes, basically you can build attractions and build your park, but if you want to just get these certain things done, then yeah, and you've got money progression right here at the bottom left, and it is actually going up, and you are getting profit, then yeah, you can just do that. And then obviously all this happens. So right now my park is gaining the cash. The park cash is 30,000. The most popular ride is the High Seas, which is the roller coaster. And then you've also got your park guests, 1,102, which is over the amount. And then obviously you've got the date complete. So there you go, right there. That is easy, medium, and hard complete on that mode. And yeah, again, this ride right over here, you may not have built it, but you can ride it, and you can choose what seat you want to be on. Maybe not, but yeah, it's really cool. I love this whole thing. Oh, look, you're riding the ride. We're in 3-point speed here, so this ride is like double speed right now. That's because I've done that. So if I actually go to camera view like this, maybe now I can choose my seat. There we go. Now we can choose. Oh, there's 2. There's 2. There's 2 of them. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're ready. We're riding the ride. Here we go. We're riding it. All right, let's go to the next part of the video. One thing that I probably should have mentioned earlier on, but I didn't, and this is something I'll mention now. You've got different map layouts. So you've got tropical, desert, grassland, city, alpine, Deluxe, and Arctic. Now, normally I go straight with the tropical or I go with the grassland or the alpine. I never really go with the Arctic or some of the others, but I'll just show you, for example, what an Arctic map looks like right here. So you get to choose the environment that you are playing this game in. So yeah, that will be my next bit. I'll just show you the environment. So you get this lovely area right over here, and I just want to show you some custom things that you can really do with this map, because as you can see, as we zoom out, there are a few bumps in the map. So there is a few hills over here. We can smooth some of this stuff out by going into your terrain section. And as I did this before, but I just wanted to just explain a bit. You can just increase the intensity and increase the size. So you get to just go over here and you just get to make sure everything is to the way you want it. So we'll just you can just go through the whole park. You can just make the whole park to this same size right here, and as you extend the park, you can do more of this. So this is really quick and really simple. So yeah, you can just do that right like there. Very good. Now, there are certain things that you can do with the terrain tool as well. So it's not just fixed to flattening land. You can go under. You can build a whole under section. Now, once you've decided how far you want under, you can go back to flattening the surface, and you can just build an area underground. I will just get rid of this weird mountain I've randomly just created there, and we can just build this whole lovely underground thing. You can do this with overground, so I'll just show you with overground. You can build an overground mountain, and you can build out however long you want and do kind of things. With this game, though, it doesn't really there's no real limits to how you want to curve your mountain. So if you did want to, you can build, which is really cool in this game, a really floating mountain, which is really cool. That's just a floating rock in the sky right now. That looks very dangerous. Yeah, so build a stairway to heaven. That looks great. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll just leave that in the part. That doesn't look dangerous, right? That's just a normal piece of rock formation. We'll make it look even more dangerous, shall we? Because you can just like thin that out to. I want to connect it, but only just. Yeah, the whole big rock is connected via that, which is totally safe. We've decided to build a park underneath that. That looks cool. Right, okay. Under here, if you want to, you can build a ride. You could build. Well, you can't. The path's not fast enough. But if we, so we can build this ride underground right over here, and we can build this underneath, so we can have the ride. And then if we wanted to, just to be aware of the surface area, we can now, if we would like to, just cover this whole ride up. There's an underground section, and it's still there. You can still see it. Our ride's in there. So there's our little underground section of this whole park. You can't actually get here. This is now all blocked off, but it's still there. It exists. And if you wanted to, you could just build the path and it would just go through there. Like I also explained before, you can't build underground, but what you can do as well, just to put it out there, is if you want to raise this park up like here, and then you want to push this part, you can't do that. But I think there's a button that you can press here, and it says tunneling. Click the tunneling option. You can go straight through the center of this, so you can just build a tunneling system that goes through rocks and mountains, which is also a way you can build underground as before, like this as well. But yeah, it's not like Architect, where you'd have like a full underground thing. You just literally destroy the ground as you're building underground, which is a really nice concept. And yeah, it's all terrain, and there's a lot of stuff going on down there. So yeah, anyway, we'll move on to the next bit. That was terrain. Now, if you want to, you can get into a lot more detail into this game, and there is a lot of scenery stuff that you can get into. So you can build trees and stuff like this, and you can build loads of other stuff, but I won't get into all of that because that's more of your experience that you'll have to play when you play this game. But if you go to things like camera, music, screens, and all that kind of stuff, there is a lot of extra stuff you can do. You can make, if I show you right over here, you can do things like this. So like little whizzy firework things, or make fireworks happen. I don't know the whole extent of this, but there's a lot of stuff here that you can just explore. You can make things happen when rides do things. So, for example, when a ride goes round a corner, you can make something happen, like a firework go off or something. I'm not quite sure exactly how that all works. There's a lot of it. I can't explain every part of that, but obviously, certain things like that, you can just make that happen. Maybe when like a ride gets to a certain area. So when a ride goes somewhere, that triggers off, which is just really cool because you get to make things happen like that. But what we'll do right now is we'll just talk about basic coasters. So we'll just use a roller coaster that you will probably want to use or want to put into your park, and I'll just show you quickly how it works if you're not quite sure. And there's a lot more factors than what I'm about to show you, but I'm just going to show you just the basics. So if you want to build one, you've got to build one, and the first thing you want to do is you want to literally just start going. You can do what you want, but we're just going to start going up because, you know. Now, one thing that I like to do while I'm doing this is you can start testing the ride constantly as you're doing this. So they're just going to start, they're immediately just going to start riding. And when they get to the end, they are just going to fall off and it's going to restart the test. But the purpose of this is it's pushes train slowly. So it just shows you certain things. Like this might not actually push along the edge here. That's just lifting it up. So I don't know if this is actually going to push along here or they're just going to stop in the middle of this. So we'll just watch them. So right, they're moving along here. And are they going to continue or are they going to stop? Yes, they're not even going to get to the end. So we've got to redo that section. So sorry guys, we're going to use this instead. But this is what we'll use just to push along the train slowly. And then you can friction brakes or trim brakes. Use the trim brakes to speed up the train mid-run, more versatile than the friction or magnetic brake run. Allows multiple trains to run on the track at the same time. So this one here, this one will stop a train if there's a train in the middle of that track. So normally what I'll do is I may just do that there. Or, you know, I may just do that. And then if there's anything wrong, the train will stop before it moves on. If it's completely clear, push it down here. We'll do a loop-de-loop because we can. We'll select what loop-de-loop we want. You know what? I want to do a roll instead. Can we do a roll? No, we can't do a roll. You've got to make it so the train can actually do this. So we'll do a nice. We'll do a little loop like that, and then once you're through here, we can click auto complete, and then it should complete for us. Don't know how this is going to work. It might look really cool. It might not. We'll just see it. So the train works along here. If there's another train in the way, it will stop the train. If it's all good, it will do the loop. Now, it might not successfully go all the way around if it's not quick enough. So we'll just wait for it. And hopefully there should be enough power and momentum. There isn't, it won't go. Right, there you go. So that worked out perfectly. That's what I was trying to show. So we've built a ride. It goes up, it goes down, it twists, and then it goes back round again. I don't know what that's going to be like. And I think we can have, we can build an entranceway, add an exit. And it's all about our guests actually going to ride on your ride that you've built. Which is always a tricky one because you can never quite tell. Okay, so the ride's connected. Are we allowed to open the ride up? It has to do one test. If there's no crashes, you can open up the roller coaster. So you build the roller coaster, you design it how you want, you see if it works. If it works, you can make people go on it. The excitement level's low, but will it attract anyone? Let's find out. Because it's not... See if anyone goes in. Because if anyone goes in the park, they'll go to the ride and then they'll walk back out again if they don't like it, if it's not good enough for them. But I'm hoping that it may just be good enough for maybe 1 or 2 people. Nope, it's not good enough. It's not exciting enough. There's no point. Why did you go on this ride? Nothing. Are we getting money from this? No, we're not. We're not actually getting money from this. That's interesting. People are... What's the gate price? We need to raise the gate price. Pay the money? No, okay. He's paid the money and then not gone on the ride. Did they just pay money and not go on the ride? Are we getting money from people walking on and then not going on the ride? Okay. So, yeah, that's a thing. In case you're like me and you're not actually quite sure what a good roller coaster actually looks like, because there is some momentum stuff like here, so you can actually do all this, but maybe the guests just don't find it exciting. So you might need to raise the excitement level. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll build one of these rides right here, and you can actually get these off the marketplace if you're on Steam. I'm just gonna build my entranceway over there and build my exit. Wait, I'm gonna build the exit this way, of course. Right, so we'll build there, we'll go around. So there we go. Now we've got the ride. Right, let's see if this ride actually works. See if the run we downloaded actually works. So here we go. This goes up. Goes around. All the way around. I want to see what the excitement level is of this ride. This might be perfect. So perfect. It goes around. We can then open up the ride. And I just want to see the excitement level on that. So that excitement level is... It's okay. It's rideable. So as long as they pass the orange and the greens, then, you know, it's good. It's rideable. People will go on the ride. So, yeah, you can just download these rides off the market, or you can build them yourself. If you build them yourself, then, like me, obviously, you just need a bit more, like, just build a bit more emphasis into them and make sure they're exciting, make sure they pass all the checks. And, or you can just download them and you can just have the rides like here, as you do. And some things you get to do on these rides is you get to go through all these things. You get to see the queue scenery rating, which is 0 for me. You want to get as much as this screen as possible, because, you know, if it's red, then obviously you need to fix it. But like, get to do things. You get to raise the prices if you want. You get to change the color of some of this ride stuff. So there's a lot of customization here, and the game's meant to be fully, like, customizable, so you can pretty much really do whatever you want to a lot of these rides and just design them however you like. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this game, and obviously if you enjoyed it, then, you know, then tell me what you think of this game down in the comments below. Are you going to get this game? If you do, the prices are on screen for you right now. And yeah, there's a lot more features in this game than what I've mentioned, but these are the ones that you'll probably bump into the first segment of when you play this game. So hopefully that helps you out. Hopefully it does. If you do consider getting this game, please tell me. Or if you already own this and there's some tips that you think that might help people out, then definitely write them down in the comments below. But yeah, that's basically the game. Definitely give it a go if you're into theme park related games, because this is probably one of the top rated ones out there. But yeah, I absolutely love it for every single reason, and hopefully you do too. Thanks for watching. This is Jump Inside, and I'll see you in another video. Goodbye.